you start reciting Surah Al-Baqarah on a daily basis, you will notice that Allah has opened the doors of many, many, many blessings upon you in your life. Not only will your heart be shielded from grief, sorrow, doubt, and anger, but you will also be protected from shaitan. Salah will become very easy for you. You will have a lot of clarity in your decisions, and even your focus will enhance and increase. But the condition is that you have to remain consistent and committed to the recitation of Surah Al-Baqarah. And not that you recite it without understanding. The first step is that you become fluent in its tilawah. And then as you keep reciting it, you keep adding the meaning. You look into the meaning, you study the translation, and reflect upon the verses. It's a lifelong commitment, and it's a commitment worth it because Surah Al-Baqarah, like Ali Imran, on the Day of Judgment will come with a person as a shade of clouds or flocks of birds to protect you from the heat of the sun on that day when there will be no other shade except for the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before committing yourself to the recitation of the Quran, make sure you are choosing the right physical copy. The physical copy of the Quran is called a mushaf, so make sure you're getting the mushaf which has the right size, the right fonts, that the fonts are not squeezed together so that it's easy for you to differentiate between ya and ta, ha and kha and jim, and letters like nun and ba. Often people choose the wrong mushaf or the wrong size of the mushaf, so what happens is they recite it incorrectly and then they get used to those mistakes and it's hard for them to fix those mistakes. So the pages have to be clear. Let's say do not get a mushaf that's reflective. The pages are reflective, so whenever the light falls on it, the words disappear. Choose a plain, normal copy, or check out the copies people post online on their social media. And if there is a mushaf that is not too colorful, not too bright, not too fancy, and if you like it, ask the person to show you its cover, and then get something similar. It's important for you to have one consistent copy of the same size offline, because if you're planning on whether to get used to the khatam al-Quran on a regular basis or inshallah memorizing the Quran in the future, your mind will pick up on the pattern of the verses and how the letters are written. That is the first essential step. And if you have any questions related to your Quran journey, you can always contact me either on this account or my other personal blog. So when you're trying to be consistent with tilawah of Surah Al-Baqarah, the first thing you need to do is map out the surah on its own. Now that you have found the right copy of Mus'haf for yourself, the second thing you need to do is check out how the surahs are written, what they look like, how they begin, how they end, how many pages they are on. So let's say if you're trying to make Surah Al-Baqarah a part of your daily life, the first thing you need to do is check out how many pages it is written on, and then you must listen to Surah Al-Baqarah 6 to 7 times before actually starting your journey with it on a daily basis. The reason you need to listen to it and listen to it attentively. When it comes to listening to Surah Al-Baqarah, you need to make sure you're picking the qari that you enjoy listening to. It doesn't matter how long it takes him to finish the surah, for as long as you can focus and pay attention to his tilawah. Listen to him a couple of times, let him complete the surah, and make sure after that you at least know how to recite correctly. If you don't know how to recite Quran correctly, find someone who can help you with this. And once they help you in connecting the letters together, reciting the ayat properly, you can now begin your journey with Surah Al-Baqarah properly. Don't try to tackle this all on your own because it's the longest surah in the Quran and you'll be making tons of mistakes if you don't know how to recite correctly.